this video, I am going to be answering your questions. So I recently posted in my YouTube community, hey, drop your questions below and I'll answer them in the form of a video. But if you're not already, I would definitely go and follow my YouTube channel because there's also more on there that I add that I don't have on my TikTok, like my meditations, my subliminals, my community posts that I make as well that also can support you in your manifestation journey. It's the same handle, Create with Hannah Love. It's also at the link in my bio on my TikTok. So anyways, let's get into your questions. But first, my name is Hannah Love. I'm your favorite manifestation coach and content creator. I make manifesting simple because it is simple, and I'm here to help you get what you want in life because that's why you came to this planet, to get what you want. I offer various coaching services. I have an Etsy store where I sell digital prints that are high vibrational that you can download and print yourself. And I also sell affirmation audio track bundles to help you program your mind to help speed up your manifestation process. You can check those out at the link in my bio or in the caption below, depending on where you're watching this, because I post daily on TikTok and YouTube. Okay. Boo's like, get on with it. So the first question that I had is, I only want to know about height and height manifestation success stories. First of all, I do have a subliminal for manifesting your perfect desired height on my YouTube, just saying. Honestly, everything that I am teaching you guys and sharing with you, like the robotic affirming, choosing your affirmations, what to affirm, is very simple. Just decide what you want to manifest, choose an affirmation that works for you, and robotic affirm it. It's really that simple. But where you're getting in your head about it is that you're looking for all this 3D validation, all these different success stories to validate whether it's true or not, when it is possible, when anything is possible, correct? Now, I'm not saying it doesn't hurt to go and look for success stories, especially if it's something like this where it seems unfathomable, right? Because of how our society is. I honestly don't have a ton of success stories about height change just because it's like, I like my height and I don't have a ton of people coming to me for height change, just saying. But I did actually have one person years ago that I was coaching in general for different things. Like he was focused on more on money and on business, but he actually ended up bringing up height and asking about it. Like, hey, Hannah, is it possible for me to change my height? I would like to grow a couple inches. And what ended up happening is I gave him an affirmation. And at the time I was teaching more of like EFT tapping, which I love EFT tapping. So you can do that as well. And he ended up manifesting at least an inch, about inch and a half. He said it was like a little bit over an inch in growth. And he was like, this was years ago. So I think at the time he was like 23, 24, something like that. And he couldn't freaking believe it. He was even telling me that other people were telling him, did you grow? You look taller. Why do you look taller? Because your body will conform to what you tell it and what you are assuming more often than not on a regular basis. So yes, height change is very possible. You could literally look up different success stories on YouTube, on TikTok. You can look up success stories on Reddit if that helps you build your belief. But at the end of the day, you don't need external validation to manifest something. But if that helps you, you can go look at those. Okay, so another thing that I would be doing too is working on your self-concept and seeing yourself as perfect, whole, and complete. Because, yeah, like you can manifest height change, but if it's usually if you're so concerned about the way you look, it's because there's a part of you that feels ashamed about yourself. There's a part of you that is not fully loving themselves and not fully accepting themselves for whatever reason. Maybe someone told you that your height is a bad thing and that you should grow, or maybe someone told you that you're too tall and now you want to be shorter, right? So what you also want to do is work on your self-concept and practice falling in love with yourself, because the better that you feel about yourself, the much easier it is going to be for you to not only manifest, but for you to actually love your life, right? And to enjoy your life and to feel confident in who you are. And there's nothing more good feeling and attractive than someone who is confident in themselves and who loves themselves, right? So, next question. Is it possible to manifest pregnancy at any age? I mean, yeah, again, anything is possible. And at the same time, I wouldn't personally be, a teenager manifesting pregnancy because you're still growing, right? You're still getting to know yourself and what you like and what you don't like. And you should be using that time to focus on yourself, right? And even there is so many stories of people being older, even that are in their 50s and 60s who have had kids and who have manifested pregnancies and didn't have any health issues. Okay, anything is possible. So, any fears that you have around that, I would just take a look at them and change those fears by choosing an affirmation that works best for you. I had the most smoothest and easiest pregnancy ever. It was a dream come true. That is an affirmation that you can use and you can robotically affirm it. Now, again, if you're younger, I'm not saying to go and get pregnant. I'm saying you probably shouldn't do that, okay? Don't come at me. Just saying. Next question. My SP left me about 1.5 years ago and has been in a new relationship since then. Now he doesn't want any contact with me. Can I still manifest him and our happy relationship back? Yes, of course. Anything is possible. If it's easier for you, you could either, number one, say that the third party doesn't exist. I have a video on this, how to remove a third party. Or you can just say the third party, his, partner right now, him and his partner decided that they weren't a good fit and they happily went on separate paths. And his ex-partner now decided to be with someone else and move across the country. And now they're in a happy relationship. And now me and my SP are in the most perfect, loving, committed relationship. And we only want each other. That simple. However you want your story to play out, you get to design the story, right? Because it's your reality. And just decide how you want your relationship to be, right? And you can literally just say, I'm in the most perfect, loving, committed relationship with my specific person. You can even say their name if you want to. They only want me. They prioritize me. I am always chosen because I choose myself. I am unconditionally loved. I am fully accepted for who I am. And so, of course, my SP accepts me and unconditionally loves me as well. And of course, they want to be with me because I am the love of their life. And I am the only person that they could ever want to be with for the rest of their life. You can affirm that. You just need to persist and act as the version of you who is in that relationship, right? How would you show up? How would you feel? You're not checking the 3D, like, are they in a relationship still? Did they break up? You're not even thinking about that, right? That doesn't even exist. If you're in a perfect, loving, committed relationship with your specific person, them being in a relationship is not even a real thing. It doesn't even exist. You're just focused on you, right? And how you feel and loving yourself and enjoying your life, right? So what would you be doing if you were in a perfect, loving, committed relationship? How would you be feeling about yourself? So then what you can do is turn inwards and ask yourself, well, how can I prioritize myself? How can I choose myself? How can I love myself more? And the more that you can do those things, other people around you will naturally turn towards you and start treating you that way as well. They'll start prioritizing you, choosing you, giving you princess treatment, doing the things that you do for yourself as well. You feel me? How to detach. What are vain affirming? I really don't know what vain affirming is. If you just mean robotic affirming, that's all it is. Robotic affirming is you just affirming the same thing over and over and over and over again. And it's not vain unless you think it's vain, right? You know, some people like want to manifest appearance change, but maybe there's a belief that it's like, oh, it's superficial. You shouldn't want that. Like, you can have whatever you want. Stop putting like more limitations on it. Stop calling it vain, or you can have whatever you want. You don't have to label it as, oh, this is a good desire to have and this is a bad desire to have. Let go of those limitations. How to detach. You detach through practicing being the version of you who has what they want. So, how can you do this? Number one, if you get anxious after you're doing your affirmations, or if you're getting anxious because something in the 3D triggered you and now you're spiraling, you want to do nervous system regulation. And I think one of the best ways to do this is meditation. I have multiple meditations on here that are literally less than 10 minutes. They're usually around 7 to 10 minutes. And it helps you get into the state of being in the wish fulfilled. And not only that, it also calms your nervous system. Because if you're in fight or flight mode, that's because you're having old thoughts and old feelings that are resurfacing that is reminding you of something negative that you don't want to experience, that you don't want to be feeling, right? And then you're making assumptions on what is happening in your current reality because of the past. And now you're triggered because you're feeling those old past emotions. So, meditation or nervous system regulation, I mean, you could do other things besides meditation. You could do breath work, you could do EFT tapping. Nervous system regulation helps you get grounded again so you can act from a place of awareness rather than acting as your old self or acting from fear, because that's all that is. When you feel triggered, you feel that's actually just fear in your body. It's old fear coming up and it just wants to be released, okay? It wants to be moved out of your body. So nervous system regulation helps you move the fear out of your body and get back into, oh, everything is good. I have everything that I want. I'm a master manifester. Duh. I am chosen. I am the prize. I am the main character in my reality. Like, I'm a freaking winner. Everything always goes my way. Duh. It helps you get back into that state. So when you can get back into that state, you're automatically going to feel detached because you're going to be living in the end. Now, if you're asking this because you believe that you have to detach in order to manifest, you don't necessarily have to detach in order to manifest. When people say this, really saying is for you to practice being in the wish fulfilled. Because when you're in the wish fulfilled, everything is good, right? If you already had what you wanted, you wouldn't be triggered. You wouldn't be thinking in opposition of what you want. You would be feeling good, right? So that's what I think a lot of the manifestation community is trying to say when they say that you should detach, or they're just saying it because they really don't know how to manifest the thing that you're asking for them to help you with. So they just say, "Oh, just detach and let it go." But they don't actually really know what that means. But that's what that means. You're just practicing living in the wish fulfilled and feeling confident and secure and happy regardless of what's going on in the 3D, because you already know the thing that you want is going to manifest. It's inevitable. So, next question. What to do when you're getting movement from SP but he's not showing up how you want him to? I literally manifested him making contact with me after we broke up. He's coming around flirting with me, but he's not asking to give us another try at a relationship. My affirmation is for us to be in a happy, healthy, loving, committed relationship. I keep getting movements, but more hot and cold. Okay, so number one, first, I want you to look at this as a good thing. A lot of people start getting movement and then they're like, this isn't exactly fully what I want, so I'm just pissed off and it's not working. It is working. The fact that there's even movement going on and contact and flirting going on obviously means that what you're doing is working. So first of all, get that in your brain. It's working. Everything that I affirm for, everything that I want, manifests quickly and easily. Keep focusing on that. You don't want to keep going back and forth into, oh, I have what I want. Oh, it's not working. Oh, everything's perfect. I'm chosen. I'm in a loving, committed relationship. Oh, like he just wants to play games with me. Like, he's hot and cold because you're hot and cold. You need to just make a decision and you need to persist in it. And you need to be consistent with it. And another thing is to ask yourself, who am I being? When he's coming to me and he's texting me and he's flirting with me, am I constantly at his beck and call, replying to him, calling him, always being available when he wants me to? You're the one calling the shots. right? If you don't like something and how someone is showing up for you, you need to set the standard. You need to have boundaries. So what you need to do is, let's say he's texting you and flirting with you at like 2 a.m. asking you to come over. You're not replying. You're not even giving it attention. When you stop giving something attention that you don't like and you focus on what you want as if you already have it, what you give focus grows. And that's what will manifest, because that's ultimately what you are dominantly focused on. So you need to dominantly focus on why you are always chosen. You are the prize. You're always given princess treatment. Everybody that you've ever wanted to be with always wants commitment with you instantly. You've always had consistent love. He's always consistent with you. He begged you to be his girlfriend, so on and so forth, okay? You decide how you want the dynamic to show up. You decide how you want people to show up for you based upon your thoughts, your assumptions, and how you show up, okay? And what you allow and do not allow. So if you don't like something, stop focusing on it. Drop your attention, focus on what you want. And don't even give them attention until they start showing up how you want them to. That's that. And another thing is, how do you know that he's not going to ask for more? You're not giving it time. You're being impatient. Be patient and keep persisting. Okay? Okay. Another person said, what about time when you have a deadline? So what they're asking is, how do you manifest something when you have a deadline? So at the end of the day, if time is an illusion, you can bend time at your will. So you can literally say to yourself and affirm, I manifest everything that I want and affirm for quickly and easily, because I'm a master manifester, because I'm a time bender. I'm a master time bender. I can bend time at my will. That is why I always manifest everything that I want quickly and easily in the most perfect way. Another thing is, if you have a deadline, you can start affirming to yourself that this thing that you want manifested is now complete, and it has been completed in the most perfect, fast, and easy way. So let's say you want to manifest a date, your SP to commit to you on Valentine's Day. I am so happy and grateful that my SP and I are in a loving, committed relationship, and we got together before Valentine's Day, and it happened in the most perfect way. Simple. Or I am so happy and grateful that I passed my exams in the most perfect, fast, and easy way, because I'm a genius. Or I'm so happy and grateful that I got the most perfect job at the perfect time in the most perfect way. Simple. So just decide what you want, and then you can either decide the date, like this thing manifested before X, Y, and Z date, or it manifested on this date, or you can just say it happened in the most perfect way. Your mind knows what the most perfect way is. Okay, trust your mind, trust in the universe that it knows how to do its job. So you can either use a time, or you can just say the most perfect way, because then that opens up yourself to other possibilities that you may not have thought about. That's why I love saying in the most perfect way. For me, putting a set date or a timeline on something, I don't like doing that. I just personally don't. I like saying the most perfect way, because then that opens up other opportunities for me to experience things being done in the most perfect way that I probably wouldn't have thought of if I put a time frame on something and it just created more resistance for me. You know what I mean? It creates more resistance for me when I do that personally. But with some things, I can do that because I'm like, well, it's a dominant assumption, right? So certain things, I'm like, oh yeah, that'll manifest like before this date. But at the same time, I don't feel the need to like do things on a deadline. That's why I just say in the most perfect way at the same time, because I'm like, I know everything's going to go my way. So I don't need a deadline, right? So you can also start affirming that everything goes my way in the most perfect way. Those are the questions that I have for you guys today. If you have any more, drop them in the comments below, and I can make another Q&A video sometime within the next month or closely in the future. Peace out.